All right, this is going to be Algebra 1, Lesson 2-2. We are talking about recursive sequences yet again. All right, so recursive sequence. Let's define this. What is the definition? If you have your notes from 2-1, you know that there are two parts of a recursive sequence. All right, how many people know what the definition of a recursive sequence is? I see Colby's hand. I see India's hand. I only see those two hands, though. There's only two people. Oh, I see Eller's hand now. There's only 3 people that know what a recursive sequence is from yesterday. I see Caroline's hand. Look at our notes, ladies and gentlemen. What is a recursive sequence? All right, I see Lorea's hand. I see Oscar's hand. I see Cheyenne's hand. I see Chewy's hand. Thank you. Caroline, what is the definition of a recursive sequence?
A series of numbers with a starting point and a rule.
Series of numbers with a starting point. All right. It's already in our notes. Write it down again. When you write stuff down, it helps it stay in your memory. All right. There's a starting point and a rule. These are the 2 main things that defines a recursive sequence. So I guess our title should have been definition of recursive. So technically, in this unit, we're not talking about a bunch of different types of sequences. We're talking about one type of recursive sequence, and I'm going to define what that is. Okay, I can spell this. Arithmetic. Oh gosh. Or arithmetic. I'm not actually sure on how you're supposed to pronounce this when it's talking about a sequence. Every single teacher I've had always pronounces this as arithmetic, but it might be pronounced arithmetic. I'm not sure. Arithmetic sounds more like an adjective. Arithmetic sounds more like a noun to me. So arithmetic sequence. All right. What is the definition of arithmetic sequence? This is a recursive sequence I guess I shouldn't say when. It's where the rule is one of 2 things. You can either add or you can subtract. If you're multiplying, dividing, taking things to powers, taking square roots, anything aside from adding and subtract, that's not going to be an arithmetic sequence. All right. I still see a few pencils going. All right. So there is a little bit of confusion, especially when I was working with people yesterday. I worked with about 3-ish people. So I need to talk about how to find next terms. So the key here, if I put something as a star, that usually means it is important, usually means it should be in your summary. The key here is always move from the left to the right. when applying the rule? Oh gosh. Applying the rule. All right, what do I mean by that? Let's see an example. Okay, so I'm going to tell us our sequence. It's going to have a starting point. Actually, no, that's not a good example. I want to do this. Let's do 3x 11 15 and come on and y. All right, so what is the rule? Two people know the rule by their quiet raised hands. 3 people, 4 people know the rule. What is the rule for this arithmetic sequence? I still see those same 4 hands. All right, put your hands down. Talk to someone around you. What is the rule? I think the rule is... All right, now let's see those hands. How many people know the rule now? By quiet raised hands. Oh, that's much, much better. All right. Emily, what is the rule? Rule. Plus 4? Yes. What's another word for plus? There it is. Add 4. So the common mistake is to add 4 to 11 to get back to x. Always go from left to right. Start with 3 and then go to x. 3 plus 4 means that x is equal to... There it is. And therefore y is equal to, shout it out, 19. Always add from the left to get to the right. All right. The last thing that I want to leave us with is how to find the nth number. So,
Are you mocking Mr. Sincel?
how to find the nth number.
That's slick. Why is it called N?
Because I can talk about the first, the 23rd, the 101st. I don't know which term I'm going to ask you for, so I'm going to teach you to solve every single type.
Why is it called N?
I could have called it eighth. It's just a variable that says I could have asked you for any number in the term. I could have asked for the 25th term. I could have asked you for the 34th term. And that reminds me that we need to talk about some vocabulary a little bit. So in our previous example, you might be able to just go back to our previous example and say one of these things, in between these parentheses, one of these things is called a term. This thing right here, that is called a term. How many terms are there listed here? There are 5 terms. That's how you use the word term. 3 is a term, x is a term, and it's also a variable. 11 is a term, 15 is a term, y is a term. So find the nth number, nth term. All right, so here's your general procedure. Actually, I'm just going to say formula. And maybe I should start this too. The formula. So the formula is going to be starting point and I want to put parentheses around this. This is one number. The starting point, and then you're going to add and this is going to be your rule. So if your rule was plus 3, you do 3 here. And your rule is going to be multiplied, so I'm just going to do another parentheses. These 2 terms are going to be multiplied. Rule times what? What is going to go here? I see 2 hands already. Rule times Ellery, what is this? Yeah, it's the number that I'm asking for, that nth number. So you can say the nth number, or the last number that I'm asking for you. All right, let's see how to use it. Example. And we might do 2 examples depending on how well we do with this first one. X 13.
After this, are we done?
Yes, if we solve it. Y
She's done that.
29. And 37. We need to find. There are 3 things I want to find. What is X? What is Y? And what is the 10th term? All right, so for this, I want us to work with people around us. I want it to be noisy.
Cody.
So go ahead and work on this for about 3 minutes. Go. Should be noisy.
All right, so. Wait, just those 3 things?
Those 3 things, yes.
Today you had 8.
Yeah, it's plus 8. So I think X is going to be 5.
Jaden!
If I'm wrong, say.
Right?
X is 5.
5.
13.
Make sure everyone in the group is participating.
Okay,
Can't just be one person.
So I think Y is 21 then.
Yes, that's correct. So then,
Right?
that term would be 10.
Am I right? And then
Times 8
10th term, so it's going to be
plus 5.
5 times 10 plus 8, right?
What?
5 times 10 plus 8.
Yeah.
So it's going to be 50, 58.
Oh, 10.
I think Colby would be math teacher.
Is there a doubt? I think we got an answer.
You got an answer?
Look at Martin's really great
Well,
with that.
it's 58.
Wait.
We'll wait and ask the entire
We
group.
also have an answer?
You guys have all 3 done?
Same thing as us? Yeah, we have it.
Well, I don't know.
What's it?
58.
Wait, sometimes they and then added stuff.
You guys did get it.
All right, it looks like about 85% of us are done, which means I'm going to go through this. All right, raise your hand if you have an answer for X. Lots of hands, I like it. Samantha, what'd you get? 5. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Do you agree or disagree? All right, I see all thumbs up. Cool. All right, answer for Y. Who has Y? Oh, so many hands. Oscar.
21.
21. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Agree or disagree?
21.
Perfect. All right, the 10th term. Who has an answer for that? I love all these hands. Anna.
58.
58. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Agree or disagree?
Switch those around.
Ooh, I see some thumbs down.
Oh, wait. I didn't get that.
Some thumbs up. Interesting. All right, Jaden, talk to me. Why did you not agree with 58?
So I was sitting here chilling, right? Colby's like, so you do 8 times 10? And I
You-
was like,
Why do you do 8 times 10?
I don't know, can you ask Colby that?
No, I want to ask you that. Why do you think?
I don't know why I do 8 times 10.
So I'm giving you the formula. So why did he do 8 times 10? Something in here is being multiplied.
Plus 5.
Don't look at me, dude. I already told you.
Come on, dude.
I don't know, I just got you.
You can do this, Jaden. You can do this. So there's 2 things that are being multiplied. These 2 things are being multiplied.
Okay.
So why did he do 8 times 10 then?
I don't have no idea.
Well, what are these 2 variables?
Wait, what's the rule again? Which one's that?
Yeah, what is the rule for this?
Oh, okay, it goes up by 8.
Okay, so when you did 8, you have a positive
and then
8
by the 10th number, and then the starting point was 5.
times 10, and then you needed to add that with the starting point, plus 5. Okay. So what's 8 times 10? Shout out, everyone.
900.
Aurelio, no. And then plus 5?
7.
Okay, so it should be 85. it might have been a slight dyslexic moment. But I'm curious, what was the error? So this group, what was your error?
We did it like do 10 dots.
Oh, you did 5.
Yeah, we did 5 plus 8 and then, or 5 plus 10 and then times 8.
Oh, 5 plus 10 times 8, so 15 times 8?
We did 5 times 10, then plus 8.
Say that again?
We
Would
did
you call
5
me
times
dyslexic,
10
Mr.
plus 8.
Mr. Sindel?
5 times 10 plus 8? 5 times 10.
Because I mixed up the rules
Plus
starting
8.
point, that's why.
Got it. Okay, so this would be 58. Yep. All right, so, and this is a common error. You guys are not alone. I have taught this lesson a few times now, and there's a lot of other students that make the same mistake. So let's all, as a group, collectively try to remember the order of operations for the formula. For this guy. All right, so give me a fist of 5. 5 means I have mastered finding the nth number. 4 means I could use a little bit more practice. 3 is I need a little bit more practice. 2 is I need a lot of practice. 1 is I just woke up. There's drool all over my desk. Those are some pretty high numbers. All right, so I think we are done with examples. We are done with the notes. Go ahead and write your summaries, and then we can get the worksheet.